Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl Chef Sahira, and in today's video, we are talking about the Boar's Head recall. I'm your food safety fanatic, so I can't wait to dive into this information to give it to you guys so everybody can be safe and not eat Boar's Head. But before we get started, be sure to like this video, aka thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out when I go live or upload new content. So, with that being said, let's jump right into it. So, for those of you who don't know, Boar's Head back in July has recalled a lot of their products that was shipped out like to everywhere, right? So, the problem came from a facility in Virginia specifically. But uh, just to kind of give you some just give me 1 second. Just to give you some kind of insight on what they recalled. So there's a list. It includes 71 products produced between May 10th, 2024 and July 29th, 2024. The products subject to recall were distributed to retail locations nationwide, and some were reported to the Cayman Islands, Dominican Republic, Mexico, and Panama. Okay. The products shipped to retailers bear establishments number. They gave you some numbers. So nonetheless, I really want to say don't eat boar's head, but okay. The problem was discovered when FSIS was notified that a liverwurst sample collected by the Maryland Department of Health tested positive for listeria. There's a longer name for it. It's Listeria monocytogenes. Listeria monocytogenes, or you'll see it like L uh, monocytogenes. But to the everyday folk, right? Layman's term is just listeria. The Department of Health, in collaboration with the Baltimore City Health Department, collected an unopened liverwurst product from a retail store for testing as part of an outbreak investigation of listeria infections. So, an outbreak, just so you know, is if more than two people are sick, it's considered an outbreak. And there's some protocols that need to be in place. When you have an outbreak, you can't just say, or let's just say a few people reported they weren't feeling well. You can't just say, oh, okay, like let me not alert anybody. There's some protocols that need to be in place, and food establishments need to have a plan in place when there is an outbreak. Just saying. So this is why they were following up. You have to call the health department. If three people come in your establishment and say, I got sick off of, I don't know, that hamburger, people, you need to alert somebody. You can't continue and say, oh, it must have been something else they had. No. Okay. So just saying that. Further testing determined the product sample tested positive for the outbreak strain. Anyone? Okay. Right. So that tested positive. So they recall it, right? That's just know that they Boar's had recalled a lot of their products. And I'm talking it was a lot of ham on there. Some of their hot dogs were on there. I actually have the list. Maybe I'll try to post that list. Maybe I'll try to post the list. Yeah, I can't do all this camera work to try to pull that list up too. And the print is really, really small. So I would probably have to kind of redo the list, but it's a lot of items on there. Nothing that I eat, a lot of it is I don't eat pork. So a lot of the products on there, like I said, are ham. There are some cheeses on there. Um, of course the liverwurst is on there, but it's a lot of products, a lot of different varieties of their product. I didn't see any turkey on there, even though that was the product that I would eat, the turkey and the chicken, but just no. Okay. All right. So more importantly, people have died from this being ill, not being ill. People have died from the listeria. People right? People are dying and just don't think even though they recalled it back in July, it can take about 30 days to show up in your system or for you to start feeling symptoms. And so for the average person, You may not feel sick, but listeria, when I was going to culinary school, the thing that I remembered, not even before culinary school, way, way, way back when, before I even went to culinary school, I used to sell lunches. And in order for me, because there was some event happening here in Staten Island, and they told me I needed a food handler's license. Well, what was that, right? So I went to the Department of Health and took of the food handler's license, right? So when I say I'm a food fanatic, safety fanatic, right? That's where it started from. Once I took that course, it really opened up my eyes to food safety. So I took that course, and you're tested on it. And even also so you're tested on it. Let's just say that. And one thing I remembered about listeria, because you have to learn about the different um, uh, bacteria, pathogens that can spoil food and make people sick, and ways that people can get sick. What made me remember listeria was that it's more commonly found in deli products or processed meat, let's just say. And I always remember that. I always remember, like, make sure you cook your hot dogs well. Make sure, just processed stuff. So that's how I always associate it with uh deli meats in hot dogs and in bacon or whatever. But also, I also what stuck in my brain is that pregnant women are susceptible if they ingest that product that has that listeria on it. So there are communities that are at risk. Pregnant women, um, older people, immune people who have weakened immune systems. So I want to go over that just to be clear. So if you know anybody who, you may not feel like cooking, well, the summer's ending, but maybe you just wanted to throw a sandwich together or go grab a hero. Like, we did lunch meat with my kids growing up. We ate a lot of heroes and sandwiches, and when they wanted something quick. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. Um, and if you know people who are pregnant, if you know women who are pregnant who have weakened immune systems, or the elderly, just relay this information, share the video, whatever you have to do to get the information to them. Or hell, Google it, right? Look it up, because I think it's so important. And I think really why I wanted to do this video, yes, they had the recall. I did a video about Purdue having a recall, right? Not for, I mean, well, there was metal found in their product. Boar's Head, come to find out, is just straight, like, the facility was dirty. And I'm gonna read that to you. So I was just outraged because how they are even allowed to even still function. At this point, the facility is closed, but they didn't have not one, not two, not even 10 reports, incidents where it's documented that these were not complaints, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? It's reported they were cited, I guess, or there's a report that they had unsanitary conditions. And just wait till I get to that. So let's see. Okay, so that's the listeriosis, right? But now people are starting to sue. People are dying from it. Um So that's what the news is. That's what came out in the news this week, is that there were some lawsuits going on. So let me just tell you really quickly. So far, I believe it's like 9 people that have died. Um, uh, uh, Right. The infection is listeriosis. Okay. Consumption of food contaminated with listeria can cause listeriosis, a serious infection that primarily affects people who are pregnant, age 65 or older, or with weakened immune systems. Less commonly, persons outside these risk groups are affected. But yeah, I'm not taking that chance. Okay. Um, so just some of the symptoms: listeria can cause fever, muscle aches, headaches, stiff neck, confusion, loss of balance, and convulsions, sometimes preceded by diarrhea or other gastrointestinal symptoms. Anybody who knows me, if someone says, "Oh, I'm not feeling well," or "Oh, my stomach wasn't feeling, so great," or "I was in the bathroom all day," the first question I ask people is, "What did you eat? What did you eat?" right? I always attribute it to some kind of food safety because, like, this is why, like, I am so passionate about food safety because at least here in New York, you only need one person on duty in a restaurant that needs to have the training of food safety. Go figure. A lot of the times these restaurants have nobody on duty, so they do not know, they are not aware of what they need to do. It could be something as simple as, I shouldn't have to tell you, you need to wash your hands. But some of these places are getting cited because there's no running water in the bathroom, you know? So just know that it's one thing if the listeria was found, because it could be found in, like, the soil, so however it came to be, but your facility can't be dirty as well, you know? So, and a lot of times people are sick, and it you have outbreaks or people get ill or sick, or it's because people aren't trained in food safety. People are not having they are not keeping up with their personal hygiene. People are not washing their hands when they come from the bathroom. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. So I just want to talk about some of the people who have filed lawsuits against Boar's Head. So you have an Alabama man and his mother, Jeffrey Scott Cox and Elvira Cox, filed a suit on August 19th against Boar's Head, alleging personal injury and product liability in the Northern District of Alabama. A customer service associate at Boar's Head in Tallahassee was served with notice of the lawsuit on August 29th. According to court records, the Coxes are seeking relief greater than 75,000 to greater than 75,000 for product liability, breach of implied warranty of merchantability and negligence. Let me see. The Scots consumed bologna from a Publix. So that's one person. Oh my goodness. It says he went to Crestwood Hospital which with difficulty breathing and one side of his face drooping and required a ventilator. Later, he was transferred to Huntsville Hospital where he remained on a ventilator and a spinal tap was conducted. August 7th, the results of which showed he tested positive for listeria according to the complaint. That's just one person. Then we have a pregnant Minnesota woman filed a lawsuit. Uh, Let me see. This lady was 35 weeks pregnant with her second child when she was vacationing in Hollywood, Florida, where she purchased and consumed some ham and turkey from Publix. According to the complaint, when she returned home to Minnesota and was 36 weeks pregnant, she became ill with diarrhea, chills, fever, body aches, and other symptoms. Uh, she went to the hospital where she tested positive for listeria and remained for 6 days. Um, so yeah, actually, I could put this in there also. Where did I get this? I am reading from Business Observer. This is a Florida newspaper. So I just was Googling some information. But yeah, so people are definitely suing. If you Google Boar's Head lawsuit or recall, you will see that law firms are starting to take these claims. So if you are someone who feel like you were ill, you ate one of their products, and actually I went to Boar's Head website, right? Boar's Head's website, and they did say they have a list of what's not included, what's included. Let me see if I can get to that. Yeah, so if you go to Boar's Head website, you can actually they have a list of all the items, but it definitely says what's not included. So you can take your chances if you want, but I will read it to you. Importantly, it says, and I'm reading for Boris Head's website, this recall only affects certain products from one plant, the Jarrett, Virginia, ranging from mostly sliced fresh from the deli counter, liverwurst, bolognas, and smoked hams, to a limited number of prepackaged retail sausage, frankfurter, and bacon products. Uh, so I said I don't eat the pork, but I don't know that I would take that chance. Most boar's head products are produced at other plants and are not affected by the recall. So who's ever in charge, like the manager or whoever sees it, I don't know, site I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you like some of the complaints because CBS has a report as well, and they got some information and had access to some of the what do you call it? I don't want to say complaints. It's the reports, right? The incidents that they had, the incidents. Let's say incidents. Okay. Okay. Boar's head sliced fresh from the deli, turkey, chicken, roast beef, charcuterie. First of all, charcuterie boards was recalled also. Let's be clear. Some time ago. So I don't know that I would eat that. But nonetheless, it's saying there charcuterie, however you say that, and cheese are not included in a recall. Not included in a recall. Deli sliced turkey, deli sliced chicken, roast beef, deli sliced charcuterie. Like, what is that made of? I don't know. But in deli sliced cheese. All right. I'm just saying that's on their website. So if you want to go take a look at Boar's Head's website, and that is simply boarshead.com. Yep. So so you have some people, like I said, you have about nine people so far that have died, unfortunately, from uh one of their products. But so let's get to how dirty the facility was, right? And I think this is why let's see if I could I'm gonna see if I can pull this in. I'm gonna try this, guys. Let's see if this works. Okay, guys, can you see this? So this is from the CBS News. Bugs, mold, and mildew found in Boar's Head plant linked to deadly listeria outbreak. Inspectors turned up dozens of violations at a Boar's Head plant in Virginia, now linked to a nationwide recall of deli meats, according to new records released by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, including mold, mildew, and insects repeatedly found throughout the site. They have 57 hospitalizations. Um, let's see. This is the largest listeria outbreak since 2011 when it was linked to cantaloupe. Okay, that's what the CDC said. Okay, let's get into the records. Okay, Food Safety and Inspection Service told CBS through a Freedom of Information Act, the FOIA, right, request uh, a tally of 69 records of non-compliances flagged by inspectors over the past year. So that's what I'm trying. That's my point. 69 records. Why were they able to function? Why weren't they shut down after, let's just say, 10? And just some of the stuff that they found is just insane. Look at here. It's unclear whether Boar's Head will face any penalties by the USDA for the repeat issues. Like, it can't just be, let me give you some money. I mean, I guess that's all you have at the end of the day, but like, that's unacceptable. I just want to get to some of the things. Okay, let's look at this. Okay. Beyond issues like paperwork, lapses, and leftover meat on equipment, right? So let me just say this also. Um, I am what we say HACCP certified. I am Serve Safe certified. I take food safety really uh, serious. And sometimes, like I said, people have staff members who aren't trained. I can come train your staff, right? Like, this would save you so much money. Or also if you just clean, right? So when you talk like bigger companies or establishments, they should have some kind of protocol in place. There should be some kind of schedule, cleaning schedule, right? So this just lets me know that people don't care. And I know Boar's Head is making a whole lot of money, and you can't get someone in there to clean up your facility. Okay. In July, federal inspectors found what looked to be mold and mildew around the hand washing sinks for the workers tasked with meats that are supposed to be ready to eat. Okay. Mold was also found building up outside of steel vats used by the plant. Previous records show uh, as in holding coolers between the site's smokehouses. A black mold-like substance was seen throughout the room at the A black mold-like substance was seen throughout the room at the wall concrete junction, as well as some caulking around brick metal. Okay. Other locations were found to have a number of issues with leaking or pooling water, including a puddle found to have a green algae growth. Right? It says what? Algal. I don't know. But anyway, inside the condensation that was found to be dripping over a product being held. After inspectors flagged one of the leaks to the company, workers tried to mop up the leaks. The employer wiped the third time and the leaks returned within 10 seconds. Inspectors wrote after one condensation issue was raised on July 27th near fans that looked to be blowing the liquid onto uncovered deli meats. Well, we know that the original recall was the 26th, I believe it was. In February, an inspector found ample amounts of blood in puddles on the floor and a rancid smell throughout a cooler used at the plant. What is that? Like this, and this is why I think people may also need to sue the USDA, because if they have all of these violations, how are they able to operate? How are they able to operate? A number of records also flag sightings of insects in and around deli meats at the plant, including one instance that prompted the agency to tag more than 980 pounds of ham in a smokehouse halfway to be retained for an investigation. I said halfway. I'm sorry. Let's read that over. A number of records also flag sightings of insects in and around deli meats at the plant, including one instance that prompted the agency to tag more than 980 pounds of ham in a smokehouse hallway to be retained for an investigation. In June, another record flag concerns over flies going in and out of vats of pickle left by Boar's Head in a room. Small flying gnat like insects were observed crawling on the walls and flying around the room. The room's walls and heavy meat buildup, they wrote. Right? Okay, around the room. The room's walls and heavy meat buildup, they wrote. Other parts of the facility were found to have bugs, including what looked to be ants traveling down the wall, as well as a beetle and a cockroach. So here's this is the actual list of all the violations. I'm gonna try to grab that. That is somebody from CBS requested that, right? The USD FOIA records request by this person at CBS. So just wanted to show you guys that. Yep, very interesting. So yeah, so that's really why I'm outraged, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna keep following this story. I'm gonna keep following this story. I just can't believe it. People are dying, and I think these deaths could have been prevented. It definitely could have been prevented if you didn't see violations. How can you see bugs crawling on walls and stuff? Um, just 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 unbelievable. But let me know what you think, guys, in the comment section. Um, Again, I'm gonna try to well, I'll link. You can, like I said, you can go to the Boar's Head website. I'm gonna try to grab those violations. So people need to be alerted. And like I said in my last video or prior videos of Purdue being well, Purdue had the recall, so it wasn't me talking about Purdue, but I think I mentioned right. I mentioned Boar's Head, their products being recalled, and a lot of these stores shut down. At least in this tri-state area, they shut down the shopping stops, and they sanitize their whole deli department. But I'm just telling you, like, they shipped it all over the place, and people who aren't listening to this, right? The average person, like, where is it out there? Is it should be like a PSA that don't eat boar's head, but yet they want to tell you that it's okay. I don't trust that if this facility is running like this, who's to say how the other facilities are being ran? If you're telling me they had 69 violations and yet you allow them to continue to operate, that's reckless in itself. So, yeah, so this is why I am a food fanatic, food safety fanatic. I really, really am because that is just unacceptable. Unacceptable. But yeah, so yeah, boys head. um, so they have shut down production. They are cleaning. They should never be able to open. And there's not going to be any repercussions. People are just getting sick. People are hospitalized, and depending on when you purchase this food, I believe it was somewhere I read that it said some of the products the use by date might be like October. So are people just continuing to either eat it in a refrigerator? But my warning to all is I just wouldn't take the chance. I now I have no uh faith in how Boar's Head does business. Because if you have a facility run like who's the CEO? If you have a facility running just so unsanitary. How do you even cut on the machines? How do you cut on the machines? That's crazy to me. How do you proceed to continue to make a product and where'd the blood come from? So, but nonetheless, so as you can see, this is something I'm passionate about. But let me know what you think, guys. If you have any questions, if you just let me know what you think about this whole Boar's Head fiasco. It's unfortunate. People are dying, people are sick, and I just think that it's not enough um, media attention around it. Everybody's not going to go to the website. People aren't thinking about it. I just happen to be in tune to it because this is what I do. But just again, Boar's Head, don't trust them. All right, guys, but thank you. Don't forget to like this video. Once again, subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Hit that notification bell so you are alerted. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.